Hello, podcast fans. Adam Carolla here. I'm leading the fight against patent trolls who are threatening this medium. It's not about me. It's about the podcast you're listening to right now. If I go down, this show could be next. Visit fundanything.com/patent troll for more information on how you can keep podcasting alive. Thank you and mahalo.
Geico presents Fan Mail to a Pig.
Dear Maxwell, first off, hope you are well. And I am. Seems like all you do is promote Geico's web and app abilities. And while I really enjoyed your last commercial where you talked about how I could take a photo of my VIN number and add it to my account all via my Geico app, I've got to think it doesn't leave you much time for anything else. Do tell. Sincerely, Miranda Morgan. Well, Miranda, thank you for asking. And this Geico spokespig does have time to do other things. For instance, I do love
VIN scanning to add a car, just a tap away on the Geico app.
You know that feeling you get when you can get things done with just a click of your mouse? Not that mouse, the one by your computer. That'd be awesome if you had a little tiny mouse doing work for you and you just click on them. Stamps.com. Stamps.com turns your PC or Mac into your own personal post office that never closes. Talk about convenient. Buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or package using your computer and printer. Then just hand your mail to the mailman or drop it in a mailbox. You will never have to go to the post office again. I use Stamps.com, and I keep telling you that you should use Stamps.com too. You know why? Because they're awesome. Right now, use my last name, Mohr, M-O-H-R, for this special offer. No risk trial. $110 bonus offer. That includes a digital scale, calculates exact postage for letters and packages. Up to $55 free postage. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else and click on the microphone at the top of the home page and type in Mohr, M-O-H-R. Stamps.com, enter Mohr.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game change.
donuts.
If you want a battle, it's either that you will or you won't. You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Hey, man!
Mohr Stories Podcast, episode 1111.
Really?
No, we're in the 200s, but I lost count. Adam Carolla in the house. Listen, all of Adam's stand-up dates are at adamcarolla.com. And a lot of you guys are like, how do I spell Carolla? And I've done that my whole life. Mm-hmm. And then I just said to myself, hey, man, 1 R, 2 L's. It's easy. Carolla, adamcarolla.com. Mm-hmm. Go see Adam do stand-up comedy because he's great.
Live podcasting probably is what you'll see, but it's the same thing. I always say, come on down, see how the fudge is packed.
Wait, huh? What now? What are we talking? This took a turn.
Sausage is made is too homoerotic for me. I just go with
We're in Chicago. Sausage. Hey, Carmelo, play for us. You can eat sausage for breakfast. Sausage for lunch. Does your wife Lila like sausage? Put a bag on your head. Put your arms out. You'll probably be touching a sausage.
I'm doing, all my dates are pretty much live podcasts, but they're fun. So you can go to adamcarolla.com, find them.
That's what so essentially you're saying, I agree.
I agree.
Adam Carolla, every time you come on my radio show, you always greet me with such great hypothetical questions, but then you get angry when I answer the question, then I expound because I want to know more about the hypothetical question. The one you posed to me that you posed to your crew on the Adam Carolla podcast, the most downloaded podcast in the history of podcasts, in the Guinness Book of World Records, mind you.
Thank you.
It's one about the dad. Run that one by me again. And if you have any new ones, please drop it on me because I love when people tweet and get in on it too. At Adam Carolla, at JMohr37.
Well, the original one, the best hypothetical is one where you can get someone to flip-flop on their answer.
Yeah.
That's how you know you've done a great job. You're like working at a sports book and you go, Denver giving away 4.5, and then somebody goes, oh, shit. man. Oh, man. Oh, okay. All right. Fine. Give me Seattle. And then they go, no, Denver. Like, that's how you know you've done your job. When you get that sweet spot right in the middle where you just split up the nation. And the best hypothetical, and the one I started with many years ago, is I would say to women, picture the most unattractive or most repulsive guy at your workplace, because they all have that guy that just makes them want to fucking yak. And it's weird because when you say it to women and you go, are you picturing that guy? And they go, yep. And I go, all right, now picture making love to that guy. And they shiver.
All right.
They get the weird shiver like you at the urinal at the airport where you just go, ugh. They go, oh. And then you go, okay, now here's the hypothetical. You either have sex with that guy or you don't, but everybody at the office knows you did.
All right, wait. So if you don't have sex with the person, everyone knows you had sex with the person.
They know it. They don't think it. They know it. And the person's first answer is always, I don't care. I'd never have sex with that guy. It's gross. No way. And then I go, really? Picture the next meeting where everyone's around that big mahogany table.
2 years of meetings.
Yeah, and you come walking in and everyone's looking at you, kind of you hear them muttering under their breath.
Company picnic.
And by the way, amongst the people that knows you had sex with the guy is the guy you had sex with, Big Norm or whoever that guy is.
Oh, my God.
He thinks you had it too, McDonald.
How did I wind up in this? How did I know about hypotheticals? You know?
I'm just saying, Norm, you know you had sex with her too.
I thought I had sex with Big Norm as well.
No,
hot.
different hypothetical. No, different hypothetical.
Well, what the H?
So then the women are like, and I'm like, listen, every Christmas party, every picnic, every event at
How about
work,
this?
that
Every
guy,
time there's like anything in the office, he's like, could I talk to you for a second? And everybody within earshot goes, oh,
it's back on.
Yeah.
Right. So then here's how I know I got him. They always pause and they go, can I drink? And I go, okay.
Oh, you never give the other side of the hypothetical, though. You only give the one angle.
It's on. You either have sex and nobody knows.
Yeah, you left that out.
Actually, sorry. You actually fucked the guy and nobody knows, including him. But you'll know.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. Nobody knows, but you must have intercourse with the most grotesque man you work with.
To not have that bell rung.
Or not.
Yeah.
Or not, and everyone thinks it. It's interesting little sociological experiment because the women eventually they come around. Like they just go, all right, fuck it. I'll have a couple shots of Jaeger. Let's get this done.
Which
I like.
I like it as well, but I drive you nuts with the hypotheticals because, like a 4-year-old child, why, how, why?
Right, well,
I have so many follow-ups. A specific follow-up.
Okay, go ahead.
Immediately plays into this.
Go ahead.
Now, as a happily married man, you and I are both happily married men, and we don't have wandering cocks. We're not cocksmen. We're pretty square. We like to watch Law and Order reruns with our wives. That's happiness to us. Does my wife know? I can't stop sounding like Norm now. Does my wife know? Does my wife know that I had sex with the lady in the office as well? Does that carry home?
I'm going to remove your status from this equation. It's just you, the person, and the workplace. Because if you start weaving in the wives,
I'm
going
to make you nuts because I got more questions. People at work eventually are going to pull my wife aside at the Christmas party and go,
well, that's why.
You know he fucked. He fucked Brown Katie, right?
In this world, you're single.
Oh.
In this world,
well, then,
you're single.
Well, then that's a no-brainer. That's nothing wrong with that.
No-brainer for you. I usually ask this one of women.
It's because the person's so repulsive is what makes it not a no-brainer. We're talking about the guy with dandruff and he's got the smudged glasses.
You know what? For women...
Oh, I'm fucking a lady.
Well, yeah. For women, it's great in how they're wired because the grossest guy at the office for them, I mean, the most repulsive guy for them to have sex with, might not even be the least physically attractive guy in the audience. He's the guy who says, I was jogging at the park the other day and I was running and this puppy came running up to me and it started like nipping at me and I kicked it so it would get the fuck out of here. Whose puppy's that? Keep it on a fucking leash. You don't want to kick next time. And that woman's vagina is just drying up like a leaf green leaf that's we kept the time lapse photography on it, and it's out in the desert, and it's like it could be
like it has a drawstring.
Could be him. Yeah, it could be him. Just
ladies and gentlemen,
it could just be him saying something fucking horrible about macaws. And they love macaws, you know? Like,
macaws.
I wish.
Nice pull.
Oh, I'd love to just take a fucking aluminum bat to every macaw I ever saw.
Hey, you ever hear about these kids in the Philippines? What they do is they take newborn puppies with no teeth and they put them on their little dicks. They get blowjobs from the puppies. And I'm thinking to myself, that's pretty resourceful. I should
right.
go.
Right, and the chick's freaking out.
Yeah, as they should.
All you have to do is talk in front of the chick to fuck her up.
More than not, in your experiences, Adam Carolla, in this hypothetical, the women say, yes, I would fuck the guy to have nobody know that I ever fucked the guy, as opposed to not have sex with the most reprehensible, disgusting person in the office, and everyone in the office doesn't think. They know it. It's a fact that I fucked this person. Like Jedi mind trick, you can't convince them otherwise, ever, at any time.
They start off with a certain amount of dignity and stoic pride, where they're like, it's funny, they go from, I swear to God, they always go from, I don't care what other people think. That's their business. That's not going to affect the way I live my life.
What people say behind my back is none of my business.
Right. They do. They go right from there to I can drink. I could have some shots. So
maybe they're just real horny and they don't care who's attached to the.
It brings them around. It
phallus.
Is. They realize. You know what they realize? They realize the fucking fat norm is going to be a bad 22 minutes.
What did I have? Brown Katie. I had Brown Katie.
Brown Katie.
And you had Fat Norm.
Right. That's going to be a shitty 22 minutes of your life. But
22 minutes? What's this guy, a marathon man?
What I'm saying...
No, you need to answer my question.
There's going to be a little...
When was the last time you had sex and it was 22 minutes long?
I can count the refractory shower into that part.
No.
Like it's part of the
moment
experience.
You enter your bride.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, if I...
22 minutes. If
I last 5 minutes, my wife would think I was on drugs. And she'd be like, all right, something's up. What are you
really?
Been sniffing coke? Like, why are you lasting so long?
Yeah.
I am the worst. We were in a hotel in New York, and we ordered room service. And I asked my wife if she wanted to fool around. She said, the room service guy's coming up. Can you make it quick? That's her... As she's pulling down her Free City sweatpants, and I go, I don't know if you've been with me the last decade. Quick is kind of like my thing. It's kind of, we can probably do it about 4 or 5 times, but I'm old.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like a minute and a half.
Well, I'm making it intentionally. There's got to be a little foreplay there. There's got to be a little spooning afterward.
No, the moment you enter.
No, I'm talking about for my hypothetical.
No,
your question of 22. No, not 20. Not 22 minutes like staring at the clock 22 minutes.
I'm talking about fucking. When your penis is in a vagina and the friction.
No, that's like saying I've gone 22 minutes with Mike Tyson when he was in his prime.
Yeah.
No way.
That's for when you're young and you're checking out your lats in like the bathroom mirror on the door. Like, all right, you're doing all your show fucking.
Yeah, show fucking.
And you better last a long time. I want this person to call me back.
And there's an element of, I need satisfied customers leaving this cock restaurant.
Yeah. And people don't realize that AdamCarolla.com, is there actually a to-go menu, Adam's Cock Restaurant, that he ran for many years. It's down the street from Michelli's in the San Fernando Valley.
It's a great Billy Joel song.
And they leave the Cock Restaurant and you drive to somebody's living room. So, okay, good. Honestly, I just needed to ask you that question to make sure I'm not that bad in bed. Married men don't last long. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
At least in our world?
The crew here, the hypothetical that tore the fabric of the crew at the Adam Carolla
podcast crew.
Straight
We're doing
half,
a home and away here.
Which is, when you were 15 and a half, would you watch the hottest chick in your high school, which would probably be...
Like a 17-year-old girl. A senior.
Yeah.
She's got to be a senior if she's the hottest.
17 and a half, probably named Rhonda, and probably on the tennis team. You know what I mean? Like super hot. You've seen her in her tennis outfit a few times.
I'm from Jersey, so she was probably named Gina or Tina.
Gina or Tina. Here, Rhonda. You've seen her in their mini socks and her tennis outfit and her tan legs. You can watch her get fucked, but it's by your dad.
Nice. Wait, ooh. That's okay.
Your dad. Your dad. At 15 and a half...
I wouldn't care.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
I eavesdropped on my parents making love at a very early age, right at the dawn of masturbation. Mm-hmm. And I could hear them getting after it. Mm-hmm. And that didn't bother me.
It didn't bother you.
I've never said that out loud.
Were you going?
This might be removed from the podcast. My poor parents. But they were like...
Thank God my parents didn't fuck.
They were in their, 50s, and they're still getting after it. I was like, all right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you become very aware of creaky steps.
There used to be a... any port
I think
in a
our
storm.
son's outside listening to you fuck me.
There used to be a nudity's nudity, and it'd be nice if it was Adrienne Barbeau, but if it's mom, so be it. What are you going to do? There's no porn. There's no computers. There's nothing.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad you have a boy and a girl. I have two boys, and, the 3-year-old's getting potty trained right now, and I think about this now, it'll be a whole thing. He's got, a little stool, and I'll go, hey, you want to get your stool, and we can go pee at the same time. We can make our pee cross. We can cross our streams of our pee, and we stand there. And I'm standing it's two guys at a toilet, and he's on a little stool, and he's probably 14 inches from my penis. And there's nothing weird, zero, none. We go to the beach, we come home, we take showers together, nothing. And you realize 3 years old, 4 years old, the clock is ticking. If you have a girl, you got to pull the goddamn ripcord quick, otherwise you're a goddamn creep.
I've said this to Dr. Drew many times. I think it was in probably my first book, 50 Years Will All Be Chicks. I've said this, and Drew disagrees with this, but tell me what you think of this, Jay Mohr.
I love this stuff. Hold on, let me light
Every guy I know is convinced his dad has a huge cock.
Yeah.
But then they say, what happened to me? My old man has such a huge cock, but
this is this is easy for me.
Right. Well, I think you're going to like this. And as a guy
Dad
who has sons,
damn right I'm going to like it.
I started really thinking about it. It's like my theory with black guys in porn. The theory is this, and it's true. It's not that every black guy has a huge cock. It is... the only black erect cock you ever see is in porn, and they don't let black guys with small cocks in porn. So thus, every black cock you see is a huge black cock. There's no medium to small size black. There's no black Jamie Gillis. Not that I know anything about porn, but he's a medium-sized cock guy from the 70s. Anyway, point is this. It's not
what if that's the fetish niche of porn? You're on some website, and you're like, where the fuck is the tiny black guy cock section?
Does not exist.
That's my thing.
It's racism. They won't let a guy...
I want him to pee on his nuts.
If you put a black guy in porn, I would love to see it. I honestly, find me a black guy.
Send it to Adam on Twitter. If you're a black guy with a small penis, please take a photo of all 3.5 inches of your black penis and send it to Adam Carolla. Yeah. Fill up Adam. Basically, anybody out there, just fill up Adam's timeline with cock pictures. Please.
I'm saying this.
Right? That's fair.
Here's what I'm saying. Like those PSAs where they show the black guy go out and try to rent the apartment, and they're like, sorry, vacancy's closed. And then the white guy shows up, and they're like, oh, Mr. Jenkins, come on in. Yes, it is a beautiful view.
Richard Jenkins, the guy won an Oscar for crying out loud.
The point is this. It's discrimination. I'll guarantee... If you took me 10 black guys and 10 white guys with a 6.5-inch cock and sent them out for the porn auditions, the white guys would get the gigs over the black guys. Because the black
they'd be on time.
I don't
but
get
what's
that.
The question
I don't
about,
even get that.
What's the question about
I like
that?
when people are confused. I don't know why that's supposed to be funny.
I don't get it. I don't get it. My days of explaining or apologizing for jokes are behind me. I'm like you.
No, it's funny.
What's the Dr. Drew one?
All right, so... here's the one.
Your dad's cock looks big, Dr. Drew. Explain.
Here's what you should do.
What kind of conversations are you having with this man?
Here's what
Dr.
you need
Drew's
to do with your sons.
Whoa.
You have a 3-year-old and a...
11.
11. All right. The window's closing on the 11, so you may want to get going
I think
on
it's
this.
closed.
Just hold on.
He's a brown belt.
I'm going to crack it open with your cock. Ooh. You do a move. Now, every boy, prepubescent boy, has a small ding-a-ling. The reason it's all seared into our heads that our dads have huge cocks is because the one and only time we saw the guy's cock is we were 5.5 and it fucking brushed by our ears. We walked past it, perfect cock height.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's a massive cock. Even if it's a medium-sized cock, it's a massive cock. It's seared into your psyche.
If it's a 4-inch cock, it's 4 inches bigger than your 4-year-old cock.
Okay. Now you're following me.
I'm with you.
So what I'm saying is, and I'm going to talk about traumatizing the boy. I'm saying you work something out where you go in the bathroom, you shower off, then you chub up just a little bit. Get into what I call a leather face. I'm not talking about anything weird or bizarre.
Just pinch the helmet?
Yeah, just get a little...
Tickle the clown for a minute?
A little leather going down there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just get a leathery face. Just got a little... Yeah. It's okay. You know what it is?
It's the electrolytes flowing.
It's the cock version of before the leading man does the shirtless scene, he does like 20 push-ups.
Yeah.
Just so he can stand up, get a little vein in his arm going, you know what I mean? It's that.
Pinch the helmet.
Yeah, just that. And maybe a little glycerin to bounce the light off it.
Glycerin.
Just a little bit. Just something to reflect the light.
Where do you get glycerin?
I think get special effects places have it.
All right.
Maybe baby oil. Just something that take the light and bounce it off.
So I put
mineral
baby oil on my penis and I jerk off a little bit.
Just a little
and then
bit.
I go to my son's
No, you don't
what?
go to your son. You just have a thing where it's like you time it so he's kind of coming around the corner and then just so, people don't think you're a fucking weirdo, you do the thing where you get the towel and you're drying your hair. Like you didn't see what was going on and you kind of come around and there he is, cock height with this shiny, chubbed up, leathery cock.
Maybe you could light it like Food Network dick.
Well, don't get out a whole rig or anything, but take like a can light with the ones that are adjustable just a little bit, halogen, and just get it down there. And then as you turn the corner, he's like, the big cock comes swinging in front of him, like right at his eye line, you know?
Right.
And then you do a move where you take the towel like from over your head and go, huh? Oh, whoa! And you clumsily put it around your waist, and then you never show him your cock again. Smash cut to high school. I guarantee 16, 17 years old, he comes back, he comes down, he's there with his buddies. Hey, Mr. M, how? Because I guarantee he'll say, oh, just like my friends would do. My dad's got a huge cock.
Your friends would tell you that?
I wouldn't say it about my dad, but they say
that's what it sounded like to me.
No, but it's a
just
weird.
Like my friends would do.
No, but do the math. There's 8 guys in junior high sitting around going, my dad's got a huge cock. My dad's got a huge, because we all saw it when we were 6.
But what's the
we
gain?
We haven't seen it.
So
since.
What? So 17-year-olds are talking about the size of your
fucking
dick behind
respect.
your back.
You can't buy respect.
Couldn't you also get that by hitting your children?
With your cock?
No, with your fists. Open palm strike to the side.
What's that have to do with the cock?
You would get the same respect from those children.
You don't
be like,
beat
hey,
that, no.
Mr. Carolla gave me an open... Mr. Don't touch his face. He's crazy, man. Open palm strike. He's a nut.
Well, would you rather be known for winning the Nobel Peace Prize or taking a slipper to your son?
You are insinuating that hold on.
Yes.
You are insinuating that me glistening my cock and getting it semi-erect and showing it to my son
I'm not a weirdo.
is the equivalent of winning the Nobel Peace Prize.
In the eyes of 15, 16-year-old boys who are coming over to your house, yeah, probably better.
I got a better scenario.
You've met I don't know. You could do better than this.
You've met my wife.
Yeah.
I've met your wife.
Yeah.
The wife, when the friends come over, look, Adam's Mrs. Carolla forgot a top for a split second. That's going to give you way more run on the block. If Lynette and Nick are walking around topless for a split second, then I don't have to show my cock to a fucking 4-year-old and wait 15 years for the results.
You understand?
What did Drew say? Dr. Drew Pinsky.
He's so uptight. All you do is sear this into his fucking mind, his memory, and he has a respect for you, a kind of respect, a visceral respect. You know what I mean? The kind that you could never earn.
Because he's a real doctor.
He thought the whole oiling up and everything was planning and the lighting and stuff.
Well, he didn't realize that he has no sense of humor. None.
There's no.
That's right.
Zero.
I listened to the Adam Carolla podcast, and I know this. I hear you and Allison and Brian talking about it all the time.
He has no sense of humor. But I'm just saying, you have the 3-year-old.
Right.
You have a window of about 2.5 years to do this. I just think it'd be fun. And wouldn't you like it for the rest of his life? He's just going to go, God, my dad's huge God.
No, what's the difference between what you proposed and me just peeing next to him for the next 6 months? Don't you think he's going to remember that?
You want to oil up to take a piss?
No, but he's standing right next to me. We're peeing, and he's looking right at my package, and I know he's probably not thinking like
it's definitely a step in the right direction.
Here's the wild card in this equation.
Mm-hmm.
My 3-year-old probably has the same size penis as me. No, it's not. I'm exaggerating to clarify.
Right.
True story. He gets circumcised at Cedar Sinai. Because if you're going to have your kid circumcised, take him to the Jews. They bang it out in a hurry. It's a goddamn drive-through window. And he's an actual moil, the guy.
Mm-hmm. He
was a moil doctor, MD. Mm-hmm. My son was, I forget the exact monthage, but he was around like 5, 6 months, 7 months. Whenever you circumcise a kid, I don't remember because it was traumatic because I had to be in the room. This is
He's a moil MD.
Yes.
What do you think's on his card? Because, a lot of people have little pictures
Probably
and
rabbi,
things like plumbers and stuff have like a plunger or
son
something.
Of Zion.
Okay.
Son of Zion.
All right.
Survivor.
Yeah,
probably.
I like that.
Right there. Dr. So-and-so.
Love that.
Survivor. We go on and on with that. He's circumcising my 8-month-old son. I'm not making this up. I would not lie to you for the purposes of comedy.
Sure.
This is the only time ever that this has ever been said as a compliment. He said, wow, he's got the penis of a 2-year-old.
Wow.
About an 8-month-old, 6-month-old baby. And I was like, cool, so do I. That's why it took so long to make him. I went home and I told my wife, doctor said he has this penis the size of a 2-year-old, to which my wife said, I'm so glad he got my dick. But yeah, that's my son is going to.
I love that story.
It's a true story.
I watched your stand-up special the other night on.
I thought you were going to say I watched your son's penis.
I watched your son's penis on Showtime the other night.
The 3-year-old was not born yet when that happened, but
well,
oh no, yeah, you're right. No, he was circumcised by then, and that wasn't that funny for a girl on Showtime.
Yeah, they just ran it. I think the other night,
a
couple nights ago or something. It was very good, by the way.
Thank you. When's yours? When did we get to see Adam Carolla live stand-up comedy special?
I had a funny, well, if you want a funny story.
Funny how?
Funny Barry Katz.
Man.
Funny Barry Katz.
Undeniable.
Versus James Dixon.
I love James. He's a good man.
James
Dixon creates holy shit moments, and he strings them together.
Barry said to me, I ran into
Who is James Dixon?
My agent.
Oh, Baby Doll.
Baby Doll.
All right.
Ran into him I ran into Barry at some, I don't know what. And
Pearl Vision Center.
Barry's like, hey, you should be doing it. You're doing stand-up now? I said, yeah. I said, you should do like an hour-long special. And I said, yeah, why not? And he said, yeah, why not? And he said, I've done a ton of them with Jay and other people, make it happen tomorrow, And I said, yeah, why not? And he said, yeah, why not? And so the next day, I said, yeah, I'd love to do an hour-long special. The next day, I went back and I told my agent, Baby Doll Dixon, because my whole thing is, I don't know how this business works. I don't have any. It's
probably your best asset.
I don't have any protocol or anything. I tell people all the time. The guy was asking about this, so I told him about that, and then people go like, "What? What'd you tell him that for? Like, what'd you do? What do you say? What do you?" And I'm going, "I don't know. He just asked." So I told him, "Yeah." And they, no, you don't. So it was like, so Baby Doll's thing was like.
Your agent, James Dixon.
Yeah, my agent was like, "You're talking about doing a hour-long special with another guy?" And I was like, no, not another guy. I'm kind of friends with him. Barry.
Dirk Nowitzki.
He just came up and he started talking about it. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? And he's like, no, you don't. No, that's, I'm your, And
that's
so
when you say, well, maybe if you had gotten me a special, he would have said to me, I enjoyed your special, as opposed to, why haven't you done a special, Baby Doll? Hey, this is a message to Baby Doll.
Message to Baby Doll.
Why don't you get Carolla a special? Then he won't be going behind your back talking to Barry Katz, scheming how to cut you out your 10%.
I wasn't even. He doesn't need my 10%, but I always think about. I talked to him today. It's like the guy's got, Stewart and Kimmel and Colbert,
Jesus,
Carson Daly. Like I just think,
no kidding, he doesn't need your 10%.
I make him enough to hit 2 buckets of balls at the range.
I like that
every year. But I still talk to him every day because, I love the guy. But it was funny. So I told him about that, and it was another one of those, agent faux pas, business faux pas moments where it's like, why are you talking to... it's funny? It's happened to me a million times. It happens with girlfriends. It happens with landlords. It happens with agents where you're telling them something, and they're like, what? When did this go on? And you're like... I'm telling you, and they act like they found out, they act like they're going through your pockets and found something.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a number with Barry Katz. I found it. I was doing your laundry.
You whore.
Yeah, and I'm like, hold on, I'm not going behind your back because I'm telling you.
I like when it doesn't really happen in my house ever, but when I know the exact scenario you're talking about, you tell somebody something and they go, "Why didn't you fucking tell me this?" You're like, "This is the conversation we're having. Is me telling you this. How about this? You get a little bit of fame. You go to your hometown, wherever you grew up. I know you're like a Burbank guy, right? San Fernando Valley. Yeah, all right. And you go to like the diner you used to go to as a kid, and they're like, you never come see us anymore. You're like, I'm fucking sitting here right now, waitress lady. Leave me alone. Now I'll never come back.
I've had it happen. You know this story, too. I mean, it's because it's happened to you a million times. I was doing a show in, I think I was doing a show in Fresno.
Gateway to Bakersfield.
So I finished my Fresno show, and when I'm done with the show, I go out to the lobby, and I sign everyone's book, and I take everyone's pictures with everybody, and I shake everyone's hands.
You do the meet and greets at all your shows?
Every show, every time.
AdamCarolla.com.
And if we're doing 2 shows...
Why are we the only guys that do this? You realize that. Like, we're the anomaly.
I don't look at them as the enemy. I don't look at the audience as... I look at them as a very necessary fan base to feed my family.
Yeah.
And a tool to feed my family. And I don't... I think there's an interesting phenomenon, which is this.
And I didn't mean to cut you off in your story, but I really thought, like, I didn't realize that we were the only ones that, like, do it.
Here's my thing. There's a couple of things.
All right.
First off, I treasure these people, and I don't look at them as, like, sort of part of the problem. You know, like, when I used to teach traffic school, when I used to teach comedy traffic school, I would go down to Whittier on a Sunday and fucking have to teach traffic school to 30 people who were pissed at me because they treated me like I was the reason why they were there.
Yeah.
Really, I'm not the enemy. I'm the guy just trying to get your ticket signed off. Your beef is with the Glendale PD that wrote you the chicken shit ticket, but why are you taking it out on me? And I realized the way people are wired, there's a lot of comedians and a lot of performers that are sort of like, they would never say this, but it sort of feels this way. It's like, the reason I had to go to Fresno is because all you assholes, you know, you came out here. Now you're going to make me sign your books and bottles of Mangria and shit. Like, I want to go back to the hotel.
I just did an hour. That wasn't enough for you people?
Yeah, right. Here's my feeling. 2 things. One is, you people are here. God bless you. You pay for everything. Number 1. Number 2, you will go back to your workplace or go back to your school or go back to your whatever, and you will infect people. And you will tell those people either Adam was funny or Adam wasn't funny or Adam was nice or Adam was a dick or Adam was there. I want every single one of you going back to your spouses, going back to your gay lovers, going back to your workplace and going, that guy was cool. That guy put his arm around me, took a picture, thanked me for coming out.
And the next time you go to that town, they're not going to miss your show.
Right. So I do it after every show, and I don't care how long I've traveled that day or whatever it is, and I do it in between
Sometimes
shows.
The meet and greet, you know this, especially in a theater, the meet and greet many times is actually longer than the show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there'll be sometimes 300 or 400 people that hang out afterward, and they're drunk, and they can't work their cameras, and blah, blah, blah. But
Do it again, my boobs look weird.
Right.
Said the man.
I went to Fresno. I went and did the show, 95-minute show or something, then went and did the meet and greet for another hour and a half out in the lobby and tell every single person. Then when everyone is done, the staff then comes by.
Yeah.
And then you do the whole thing with the staff, get the whole group shot with the waiters, waitresses, and all the kitchen guys and all that shit. Then it was all done, walked out the back door, walked up that weird cement ramp thing, was standing in the back, getting ready to climb into the rental car and go to the shitty hotel, and then the 3 dudes come by. Hey, man. Hey, could we get a picture? I'm like, well, yeah. By the way, you could have gotten in line, but all right, fine, let's do this. Hey, man, we're Man Show fans. Okay, here we go. So we get like the 3 guys and me and Mike August, takes the picture. And then we got to do the individual picture, where it's like, all right, me, all right, and you, and you, and you. And then we're talking for a few more minutes. And then like at a certain point, I say, all right, guys, I'm going to get in the van and head back to the hotel. And I get so that's it?
Yeah.
So that's it? Just going to split? I said to the guy, what, do you want a blowjob by the dumpster? Like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We took individual pictures with everyone. I put my arm around everyone. I signed pictures of death from the Family Guy, and now it's time to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, I was listening to a live YouTube bootleg. I don't know why I said that so like it had umlauts in it. Bootleg. I was listening to a YouTube bootleg.
That's bootleg.
And they were in like someplace with tanks in the street, like some Slovenia, someplace there's actual like tanks in the street. Nobody speaks English. Everybody knows the words to the song. And I geek out on like live concert things, like studio albums. It's got to be really great. But I really love listening to bands because you and I listening to like the Stones or not that great of an example because now it's just like the greatest hit story. But what I'm talking. To them it's just fucking Tuesday. It's like you going to Fresno. It's them playing the stadium in like a fucking Oslo, and everyone planned for 6 months to fucking who was coming to town. And then in the middle of this live show, in between songs, I've always done meet and greets, and I've always been like, whatever. It's kind of a fucking pain in the ass, but whatever, we'll do it. And then Bono, who I feel like is a little too Bono. He just goes, he's always out of breath. Hey, all right. And then he just said one sentence, you've given us a great life.
Oh,
and I went, fuck.
Yeah.
And I went, these people, first of all, if they don't come to the theater, you don't get paid, you don't get invited back. Right. And life is a tough fucking hustle. So if I'm going to ask you to go into your pocket for $30, $35, $40 to spend money on a ticket, September 20th, Straz Theater in Tampa, the least I could do, because you work way fucking harder than I do for a living, is shake your hand and say, hey, thanks for coming out, because I'm as fired up to see them as they are to see me. But
yeah,
I see a lot of comics just don't do it.
Listen, it'll never... It's never really work. The work part is the travel, and the people
and the press,
and the people that are there are the angels that make it possible for you to return to a nice house,
Sarah
and
McLachlan,
for
Jesus,
kids to polish off.
Won't you adopt one of these?
Lots of takeout food.
They're angels.
When you're on they're fucking.
I just said they gave me a great life. You're calling them angels now.
Well, listen, I got my movie, independent movie
Road Hard.
funded.
I just saw a lot of Road Hard, and I'm telling you, people, honored to be a part of it. Had great time acting across from the Ace Man. Me and the Ace Man got after it. We had a brief conversation before we got through our scene. Boom. Up and running. It was believable. I saw the editing. That kid Ryan that edited the movie. An editor can sync a movie faster than anybody. You can have the biggest dick director and asshole cunty co-stars that you've ever worked with in your life. One editor can keep the whole thing afloat. That kid nailed it. And somehow you, and I said this to you in the screening room, we were just watching it, somehow you're the first guy to nail life on the road. Like, you're just sitting in that weird little hotel room, flipping the fucking channels. You wind up watching a goddamn Spanish station. You got wine in a box. You're blowing cigarette smoke into the fan in the bathroom. Oh, a spoiler alert. Sorry, everybody. That was a half-assed Colin. So, everybody, Road Hard's coming out. We don't know when yet. AdamCarolla.com for his live dates. But listen, Adam, this is what I want to tell you. If you're going to buy something on Amazon, go to jmoore.com. Instead of having Amazon on your toolbar, just take that shit down, put jmoore.com on your toolbar, and anytime you go to Amazon, click the Amazon banner. I get a kickback. Doesn't cost you anything.
Smart.
And I put all that money directly into. I have 2 boys. You have 2 kids. It goes right into my kids' college contribution. I never see the money. So one day my kids will be graduating from school, and you'll go, well, I had a fucking hand in that because all I did is click Amazon.
It all goes into the college fund.
I never see a penny of it.
That's really
Bill
cool
Burr's
thing.
on his, like, his 4th motorcycle.
Yeah.
I'm educating a child.
Yeah.
And I will read what you bought. If you email me at jmoore.com, what you bought through the Amazon banner at jmoore.com. Like this guy, my man, Sloan Phillips in Virginia. Mr. Moore, for safety reasons, my company requires I use a hands-free device with my cell phone. So I clicked on your Amazon banner at jmoore.com, purchased a Bluetooth earpiece. Added bonuses that I can use it to listen to Mohr Stories and Mohr Sports while traveling for work. Happy to support the Mohr's Boys Education Fund. Sincerely, Sloan Phillips, VA Gamecock on Twitter. Hey, Sloan, thank you, brother.
Wow, that's nice.
For helping. You didn't know that?
I know about the Amazon thing, but I didn't know about the idea that you just dedicated it
Here's
to the
thing.
college
You have
fund.
these conversations with your business manager, and they're like, well, we're doing good, we're doing this, but you still got to pay taxes, and we still got to make the retirement contribution. We also have to make the college contribution. And I went, you know what? I can bang out the college contribution with the Amazon banner because, they're not going to college for another 10, 15 years. Wait, 11-year-old? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm mixed about the college part. I really am.
You don't want your kids going to college? You want them to learn a trade.
I want them to fucking do something.
Use a loom.
Yeah, learn how to loom.
Listen to these commercials. We're coming right back.
Once in a while, a breakthrough product comes along and changes the way we live. If you want to help keep your skin looking younger, you need to know about HelioCare. The sun can do some pretty terrible things to your skin. Sun damage can happen even on cloudy or overcast days. Just walking to the mailbox or walking your dog or driving every day can add up to older-looking skin, sunspots, maybe skin cancer. Stay ahead of it. HelioCare is a daily-use dietary supplement. It contains PLE, P-L-E, which you may have heard about on TV, and you take it just like a multivitamin. Then HelioCare's antioxidant formula helps your skin protect itself from the aging effects of the sun year-round. That's why thousands of dermatologists have requested samples of HelioCare for their patients. That should tell you something right there. I use HelioCare, and it works. My skin looks good. I feel good. If you've ever worried about sun damage, and I have, it runs in my family, I don't worry anymore because I use HelioCare. HelioCare. Buy a 2-month supply of HelioCare at Walgreens and Rite Aid. In the vitamin section, look for the yellow and black box or visit heliocare.com.
When shopping for car insurance, consider this. Geico has been saving people money on car insurance for over 75 years. So if you're serious about savings, it's simple. Go to geico.com. After 75 years, they know how to save you money.
Jay Mohr here. DDP Yoga is a proven exercise program that has changed the lives of thousands of people around the world, including me. I started DDP Yoga about 4 months ago, and I've lost 11 pounds. It's called yoga, but this is not your mama's yoga. Diamond Dallas Page, former heavyweight champion pro wrestler, developed this program as a high-energy, assertive way to get fit while being easy on your joints. If you need a workout that helps you build strength, increase flexibility, and burn calories, Diamond Dallas Page is offering my listeners of Mohr Stories podcast a great deal on his most popular workouts for a very limited time. The Max Pack includes 15 workouts that can take anyone from beginner to an elite athlete. The 5-DVD set also comes with a nutrition guide, meal planner, handy chart of the core positions, and downloadable MP3 workouts. Go to ddpyoga.com/jmohr or click the banner on jmohr.com to take advantage of a special offer only available to my listeners, the Mohr Stories faithful. You get this. I've done DDP Yoga. I have lost 11 pounds. I look good. I feel good. My joints are healthy. I'm not banging up my knees and ankles and hips because I'm running on cement. Once again, it's ddpyoga/jmohr or click the banner at jmohr.com. You got to get in on this deal. I'm speaking from experience. It works. I lost 11 pounds doing DDP Yoga.
Why do you want your kid to maybe not go to college and use a trade or a skill or what's the deal with college?
Here's what I would be. Or here's how I would feel.
Eyes are closed, ladies and gentlemen. Something fucking real is coming out. Adam squints. It's on.
If my kid shows a specific interest in something in one of the sciences where they really need that college education, I'm completely fine with that. If they're attending college as a sort of an extension of high school to find themselves, I don't know what I want to do. I'm just going into college, I also don't feel like you can appreciate it until here's what I would like. I would like 1 year of real work.
Yeah.
After high school.
I was going to say that's what high school is for.
1 year of I really fucking appreciate. Roofing. 1 year of roofing.
Oh, the worst job
in Tampa.
Yeah.
And that's for the girl.
September
the boy,
20th, Stress Theater.
That's why I picked Tampa.
Roofing.
I'm saying
you're a good man.
1 year of something where your alarm goes off at 6:10 every morning and you come home at 5:15 fucking tired.
6:10 to you and me is like a goddamn vacation with kids.
Yes, I know.
So sorry, but to the real world, it's early.
You get up, you get out, you got some fucking guy who used to work on a mine sweep in Vietnam who's strung out on pain meds yelling at you. Yeah. And that's your gig for 1 year. And at the end of that year, you're fucking begging to go to college. Just begging to crack those books.
I want my kids to go to college. I didn't go to college because I took my SATs in crayon and I was a card-carrying idiot all through high school.
Yes.
Like you. Not Taco Bell material. You can get Adam Carolla's book online. Hit the Amazon banner for that. Buy the guy's book. It's great. I loved his presidential book. I loved all your books. In 50 years, we'll all be chicks. I want my kid to go to college because I didn't go to college, and I love college football.
Me
so
too.
I figured if my kid lands, let's say he goes to fucking Dayton, and he plays for the Dayton Flyers, all of a sudden, I'm all up in the Dayton Flyers schedule. I got something to do, and I got something to TiVo and watch.
Right.
Maybe he's a South Carolina Gamecock. Maybe he's maybe he's an Aggie. Maybe he's a Texas A&M guy, Texas Christian. Maybe he's a Horned Frog. Maybe he's an Oregon Duck. That's important to me.
Speaking of
selfishly,
Gamecocks,
or go to the Marines or be a priest. Those are the options.
Probably work some scent into this Glosscock scenario we're talking about too. So that he's always reminded when he smells the lavender or something of your huge cock.
So there's lavender though is a little too common. You might pick that up in the cross when he's walking down the street. Something bizarre.
Cut grass.
Spam.
Every time he smells
a
cut
can
grass,
of spam.
Like, think about my dad's huge cock.
Pineapple and spam. So whenever he goes to Hawaii with his wife, he just pictures his dad's dick dangling.
I went to Hawaii with Jimmy once, and we were golfing. And he's like,
Kimmel.
Kimmel, the other white meat. He said, I think the reason they like spam so much here is because they used to be cannibals. And I said, I don't think that's why. And he said, I'm pretty sure that's why. And I said, I don't think that's why. And he said, that's what I heard. And I said, huh. And then he went and asked the Hawaiian person that was working like the beer cart. And it was one of those, hey, can you settle this argument?
Nothing, there's nothing inappropriate about that at all.
The person just fucking stared at us.
Hey, $4 an hour island guy that lives in paradise and lives in hell.
Yes.
Hey, did you used to eat human beings?
Not you, but like your grandpa.
Yeah. Your grandfather, right? The guy with the big tattoo on the back, the malahala on your back. That's him, right?
That guy.
Did he eat fucking femur bones? Was that like was that his bag?
I had a children's book about the Hawaiians called Chemo Skinny Calves. And it's...
You're an ass. You're a horse's ass.
It's a village.
Chemo Skinny Calves.
His name is Chemo, is no calves, like a super skinny calf guy. Like Harold Carmichael style.
Nice pull.
That's a good pull, right?
Yeah, what a receiver. Holy shit.
But no calves. But the point is this. And everyone else in the village had huge calves, so they made fun of him. They made fun of Chemo all the time.
Poor Chemo.
His little wimpy little calves.
I think you just wear pants.
Well, first off,
they can't afford the fabric.
They don't wear pants. They wear those wraps. Those floral wraps.
Yeah,
it's
in that part of Hawaii.
Plus, those guys have such big calves that they can't get the pants. Certainly not with the boot cut. They can't get the pants over the calves. They're too big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So this is your children's book, Chemo Skinny Calves.
Yeah, and he's made fun of.
Yeah,
he's outcast, and then one day, the keys to the village fall through the sewer grate, and nobody. They need Chemo and a super skinny calf like this go through it, and grab it with his toes.
I love this book.
Yeah, it's a very
important
important story.
It? Did you write this with Jamie Lee Curtis? She writes a lot of children's books, but she's not telling me that if I eat yogurt, I can shit properly.
When did that start? When did that start?
God, we're starting to think
the flora and the fauna. I felt like I made it through my entire life without eating yogurt to shit, and then all of a sudden. It's like
big celebrities, like these are people that are listening to the podcast. If you're not like incredibly well versed in show business, there's some commercials you do like, I don't know, TurboTax. Like you're doing that for a little bit of money. You're not getting fucking rich off it, but it's a really nice payday for very little work. But when you're out there for fucking Dannon yogurt, that's like $1 million commercial. It's Dannon. They make bottled water for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And you get like Jamie Lee Curtis wants us to get our Yo Play going. Now Erin Andrews from is she ESPN now, or she go to another network?
There's a lot of stuff like markers, Sharpies being drawn on bare bellies, explaining how your viscera works. And I'm like, first off, I don't want to think about chicks processing food and then shitting it out of their soft swirl asshole. I want hot chicks to be hot chicks.
I don't know. I don't think women shit. I was going to say half as much, but I would say women, and I'm doing a blanket statement here, but you can either jump on board or tap out.
Okay.
I would say as a rule, women shit 30% as much as men. When's the last time you saw Lynette take a shit? When was the last time Or if they do it quick. They go in like the pantry. There's that little half bathroom. They drop like a little robin's egg nest, a little robin's egg into the bowl, and they can wipe with like a tissue. You and I go in with like a fucking Kindle in the New York Sunday Times, like, all right, see, you guys need anything? 'Cause I'm going in.
I think
women don't shit that much, do they?
I think there's a certain stigma to it that society, it's a double standard or a number 2 standard if you really want to think about it.
A number 2 standard.
Powerful.
Nice.
Yeah.
But do you think they shit less than men? I really do. I'm not doing that for comedic purposes.
No, but by sheer volume.
No, I'm talking trips to the bath. Like, I shit
We're not
more
talking
than anybody.
We're not talking about shitting on a scale or doing some sort of water displacement test.
No.
Okay.
We're not, like, measuring it for body fat with calipers.
Right.
Your shit needs to lose weight, Mr. Carolla.
I got to say this. I am very regular, and my problem, and you can tell me if this happens to you, Jay Mohr. Now, see, you're on a very tight schedule, but tell me if this happens. You have a schedule. The schedule is you get up 7 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, whenever you get up, right? 5, sorry. You have your cup of coffee. You eat your granola bar.
Pot of
coffee. You have your granola bar. You drink your juice or whatever it is, and then you go, oh.
Bubble guts, got to go.
Right, it's time to go.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Yes.
Now, what happens to me is I'm on a pretty good schedule, too, but it's more like get up at 8:30 in the morning, have some fresh juice, have a cup of coffee. Believe you me, I had years of getting up.
I know, you have twins.
4.
There's no sleep at all.
No, morning show, too. The point is,
what happened to that?
Here's what happened. Get up,
shut up, Jay.
Take the shit, whatever. Okay, fine. Now, how many times have you been in this situation? Because this now happens to me at all times. Someone says, hey, we're filming Catch a Contractor now, your Spike show. You need to be in Dana Point at 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
We start shooting at 7:30 in Dana Point. Hair and makeup, 7:30. Now, I'm up at 5:45, 6 a.m. I have my cup of coffee, but nothing's happening because I'm 2-3 hours off pre-schedule.
Yeah.
So now I get in my car and I drive to Dana Point.
Tick.
Now I get in my car and I'm getting in makeup and I'm sitting there in the makeup chair at Dana Point. I'm on my 5th cup of coffee. The juice is all settled in. Now it's 8:15.
Yeah.
Now it's time to shit.
So what's the problem?
I'm at someone's house in Dana Point.
I'll shit anywhere. I have no compuncture, no problem. You're talking to the wrong guy. I'll shit in the Port Authority bus terminal. You know when you go to like a porta potty and it's filled to the rim with brown frothy.
Is there anything more disconcerting than the sound of you shitting and not hitting water, like a slab? You know what I mean, like shitting on a hot rock. There's a horrible sound. I'd rather hear my son squeal in anguish than the sound of me shitting.
I would as well.
And it just drop on something hard. And that's what you get in the porta potty. That's
so
too full
you have
up.
a problem shitting like at someone else's house?
I'm not uptight about it. I'm just.
But you're in hair and makeup in a house.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's like, hey, we're doing a car show and we need to be out in the Mojave Desert, at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And I find myself at the Mojave Desert.
Baby wipes in the glove box. Where do you need me to drop this off? I'm telling you, this is not. You're talking to the wrong guy. I will fucking shit anywhere.
I'm talking to your audience, Jay.
Do it.
I'm saying the schedule has been set. Now it is interrupted because of the monkey wrench that's been tossed in. All right, tell me what you think about this.
Okay.
I used to work, when I used to do mornings, there were guys who took their morning shit at work.
Yeah, as they should. Now, you're one of those guys? You don't shit at work?
Hold on. I'm one of those human beings.
Kevin and Bean have a no shit rule when you go in there. And I'm like, well, I've shat there every single time I go in.
Well, can I say this?
All right.
Here's my rule. It is a acclimation rule. For the first 2 weeks.
What does acclimation mean?
Acclimation means you have a 2-week asshole break-in period. You can't shit at work for the first couple of weeks.
Are we still talking about porn?
until you get into the schedule. But at a certain, like, there used to be a guy.
like acclimate.
Yeah, when I worked at KLSX.
KLSX, Adam Carolla in the morning.
That's right. There was a guy, like an engineer guy. I don't know if you know these guys, but the studio, you remember the studio was the studio, and then right outside the studio was like the kitchenette, like the common area. Microwave, refrigerator, little sort of island where people could sit there, have a sandwich or something. This guy, every morning, brought his fucking breakfast. Like, he showed up at 9:30, had his muesli and his milk and his raisins. I mean, he sat there, and his schedule was like, I eat breakfast here. You know, and then we'd come out of the studio, and you'd have to get around him and walk around him, and he'd be sitting there just eating, and I'd always want to scream, do you have a house? Do you have a fucking home? Do you have an apartment? Like the assholes that do Tai Chi in the park. Do you not have a fucking living room? Do you have a fucking living room?
But there's no fresh air and palm trees in the living room.
Fuck that.
But did the guy
just
eat his
your
granola?
Fucking breakfast
but did he
fucking
shit
home.
Did he shit there?
There were guys.
Do you have a problem with people shitting at work?
I do after the 2-week acclimation period.
I think that's a mental I think Dr. Drew would agree with me. The bathroom's there for a reason. Because you can't be holding in shit just because you don't want to be rude.
No, you're not holding it in. You have a 2-week acclimation period to get your bowels on the right schedule.
So what if you're a visitor? Let's say you go to Kevin and Bean
if you're
in the
a visitor, then
Lewis
that's
and Florwax in Denver. Let's say you're on Ron and Fez or Opie and Anthony in New York City. Let's say you go on Howard Stern, you got to take a shit. Do you go, I don't want to blow up their bathroom?
Listen.
I've shit in here, in your studio.
Did you sit on Matt Fondelier's lap? Because he never leaves the fucking toilet.
Because he's never been in there when I was there.
Wow.
I don't know
now
nothing.
I'm starting to worry.
I don't know nothing, man.
The point is this. At work, because it's 6:25 when we would have our first commercial break, and then I'd leave the studio to go in the bathroom, and someone had completely shit up the bathroom.
Yeah. That's a fucking bathroom, Adam. You know
what is wrong with getting on a shit schedule? What is wrong with getting
Sometimes you gotta
up?
shit. Sometimes, you know.
I'm not talking about as a visitor. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about a schedule.
Sometimes the schedule. Sometimes there's like a weird pork chop the night before, and it fucks up the whole schedule.
Are you on a bowel schedule normally?
Yes, but I shit more than I shit probably 4 or 5 times a day because I drink so much goddamn.
Brag. Stop bragging.
I can't help it. Here's what bothers me more than anybody shitting where I work. Just because I leave my trash cans out doesn't mean you put your dog shit in my fucking empty trash can because I'm late because I left it there for 15 minutes as the trash truck drives away.
Right.
That big fucking giant German Shepherd dump in my trash can will bother me more than any fucking human shit in a toilet that flushes because we're a first world country.
We could not get further apart on these two topics.
How about this? You got to shit. You don't shit at work. You hold it. You go to like a girl's house. When you're dating back in the day, you don't shit at her house. Now you're on 6 hours not shitting. Then you're driving home. You're stuck in traffic. You're on the freeway. You're sweating. You've had dump sweats. You have to sweat so bad, you got to turn down the music in the car because it's irritating you just because you have to shit so bad. Then you get home. Then you get a little cocky. You check the mail. There's 3 bathrooms in the house. I can shit whenever I want. So now the pressure's off. You relax a little bit, and you go, all right, you know what? I've checked the mail. I've taken the dogs out. I'm in my own home. Now 8 hours after I initially had panic, so I was going to shit someplace I shouldn't. Now I'm going to go to the bathroom. Still fine. Still fine. What is it about guys? The moment you touch the button of your pants, your asshole opens up like the Bombay doors of the Enola Gay, and then it's a race just to get your pants past your fucking thighs or you're going to shit yourself.
It is funny. It's weird, and you can do it, too, as if you... It's like when you're walking down the hall and you're in your hotel... and your room's down on the end of the hall, and you've done this thing where you're like, in your mind, your ass is going to hit that toilet seat in 44 seconds, if everything goes right in your mind. So your BM is when, okay, so 47 seconds, I'm dropping. And you've kind of went like, okay, I had this happen to me once in Phoenix, out of a fucking movie where I started to do that walk down the hall, and I went like, I don't know why.
I know it.
There's a move. It's a weird move. You know, I do the same thing. I do the exact same thing. Whenever I pull up to a place in my car, as I'm pulling up the driveway or turning the street into the driveway or whatever, I start taking my seatbelt off. I don't know why. Don't stop.
I do it too,
Put
yeah.
the car in park and then take my seatbelt off. I start the seatbelt off, and this is that. I start the shit countdown as I'm 35 steps from the door.
Your colon has removed the seatbelt.
It's begun. It's begun, and it's like an 80s movie with the spaceship and the self-destruct. There's no, once you put that fucking key number in, there's no going back. There's a woman's voice going, T-minus 30.
Yeah, but we always
29.
make it.
Let me tell you what happened.
Oh.
Get to the end of the fucking hall, put the fucking key card in, pull it out.
Doesn't
fucking
work.
Red light.
Red light. Because you extended your stay.
Do
You got to
the
redo your
fucking
ticket.
weird move where I wipe the magnet on my slacks, real fast. Like I'm just going to wipe it off and back in. Boom. Again. Fuck. Now the shit timer's gone. And so now I hustle back down the hall.
Just shit in the lobby.
I'm on the 8th floor. Hold on. I'm on the 8th floor.
So excited about explaining to you where you can shit. Sorry.
I'm on the 8th floor. And this is like, all right, I got to get down to the lobby. I got to get my new key fast because the shitting is beginning. I go down one floor. There's nothing worse than being on the 8th floor and then going down one and stops on the 7.
The local elevator, the local train.
Stops on the 7.
Right.